Hey guys, your binos, they kind of stink. I bet you want some new ones. Vortex binos, guys. You want a set of Vortex binos, we're giving them away. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you're commenting on the videos. Make sure you're engaging with our videos. We're giving away binos every single month of the season, guys. So if you want free binos, you want some free optics, maybe we switch it up, we do something a little bit different, guys. At the end of the day, if you guys want some free stuff from Vortex, like, comment, subscribe. How to kill a buck the second week of November. Well, if you're watching this video, you're probably pretty wore out. You probably busted your ass during the pre-rut. You probably hit it pretty hard in the the first week of November, and that's okay. And then even some of you strategically kind of take off your work schedule, or you take your vacation during this time of the year, and I don't hate that because everybody's kind of out of the woods and everybody's pretty burnt out. Strategies change, guys. Every 5 to 10 days, and sometimes even less than that, give or take the timing of the year during this rut phase, your strategies should change. And if you keep doing the same things, like, chances are you're here. Chances are you're burnt out, and chances are you need a good fresh state of mind and maybe some fresh ideas, guys. So here's the thing, that October 20th through the 30th, really focusing on the scrapes. Really focusing on hunting scrapes after rainstorms, hunting the scrapes closer to the bedroom. It's a really good strategy. If you didn't use it next year. It's a little bit too late for it now. First week of November, if I had to be honest with you, you just got to be in the woods. I don't really focus on scrapes. I don't really even focus on rubs. There's a lot of sign this time of year because, let's face it, there's a lot of movement that's already taken place. These bucks have laid down sign here and there, and really, what do you hunt? Because there's a lot of it. What's fresh? There's a lot of fresh sign, a lot of bucks moving. So you really can't hunt the sign. You just got to be in the woods. Got to hunt downwind of bedding areas. Hunt the does, really. That's the strategy for that first week of November. But now we're creeping into November 12th, 13th, 14th. If you're a Michigan guy, the dreaded November 15th, gun season. How the hell do you hunt a buck this time of the year? This is a time in which I think a lot of guys aren't hunting anymore because they get burnt out. And so understanding what to do during this time of the year is absolutely going to be helpful, so that you don't have to be burnt out anymore. So the first thing that I would tell you to do is kind of revisit some of those tactics that we used earlier in the season. Now, I tell guys specifically, don't be hunting scrapes that first week of November. Like November 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe, but like 6, 7, 8, 9, probably don't be hunting them. And really even the 3rd through the 9th or 10th, I can make that argument. Don't be hunting scrapes because bucks are chasing does. They don't need to check a scrape because they have the doe. That's why they go and hit a scrape. They test that urine with a vomeronasal organ in the top of their mouth, and they test to see whether a doe that was an estrus hit that scrape or not. They don't have to do that. They find the does. They found the does. They're chasing the doe. They might be 2nd, 3rd, 4th in line, but they're chasing the doe. They don't have to check that scrape. But all of a sudden there's a time frame, this time frame that we're talking about, in which these bucks have bred 1 or 2 does, and now they're looking for another round, and they're trying to grab every bit of action that they can, because they got to wait another year, or maybe at least another month if you have a herd imbalance, but they got to wait a while. So now they're coming back and they're almost checking a lot of that sign that they were checking in the pre-rut. It's almost like a second pre-rut, and you should be hunting November 13th, 14th, 15th in a very similar fashion that you would have been hunting in October 20th through the 30th. So now think back to your October and 20th, 30th hunts. If you were hunting appropriately, or hunting with the strategy that I would recommend, and you were paying attention to some of those scrapes closer to the bedding areas, think of where those areas are. Go back and revisit them. Have they been freshened up? Is there a rainstorm in the forecast where you still feel confident that that buck could be in that bedding area that is close to that scrape, and you might have to come freshen that up? Think back to those late October hunts. I know they seem like they were years ago at this point with how much you've been hunting the past couple weeks, but think back to those pre-rut strategies. Revisit those. Get downwind to those bedding areas, but pay attention to the scraping locations, because now he's looking for round 2, 3, 4. He's trying to find those inferior does, or those smaller does, or maybe just some of those does that are more receptive later, into November, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, even through the 20th. They're kind of pre-rutting again. They're out cruising again. They're out looking again. Now, it's not going to be nearly as on fire as that initial pre-rut, because some of the bucks are still looking. Some of them are locked down. Some of them are breeding. Some of them are looking for, you know, for a partner. It's kind of a toss-up. It's not like everybody's in the same category like they are throughout the 20th and the 30th. But I really want to focus on your pre-rut strategies almost in this post-rut time frame. Revisit some of those strategies. So I would definitely focus on hunting scrapes closest to the bedding areas, and getting downwind of those bedding areas, similar to what you would do in that first week of November, but just focusing more on the scraping action. As far as rubs go, guys, I'm not really honing in on those rubs or the condensed sign or a lot of the rubs that the bucks are laying down, because there's so many of them at this point. You got to realize that bucks have been laying down sign for damn near, well, really at least a month, you know, heavily. But even early into the earlier season, and it makes it really tough, because now you see a rub here, a rub there, a rub there. Which one do you pick? There's rub lines and they go for miles. Some of them are on the field edge, some of them are in transition areas, some of them are in the bedding areas. Which one do you hunt and how do you hunt it? The scrapes are really gonna tell you the secret, guys, when it comes to killing a second week of November buck. So at the end of the day, guys, still play your cold fronts, still play all of your ideal conditions, but realize you still gotta be out there, even if the wind is marginal, even if the conditions aren't right, because it is that time of the year. He is looking for a breeding partner, and he is going to slip up. It's just a matter of is he gonna slip up in front of you on that scrape that is gonna be refreshened after maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, but it is going to get refreshened at some point, especially throughout that 12th or 20th of November, in that time frame. So if you guys haven't had luck yet, don't sweat it. This is kind of the time frame in which a lot of big bucks are killed. They're out cruising, looking for does. Once again, kind of like they are in the pre-rut, guys. So at the end of the day, take those pre-rut strategies and refocus them and rehone them in on that 12th through the 20th of November.